Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praises, honor, glory, respect, and blessings to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rechak. Salutations to the Lord's elect on the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth and sincerity, while patiently waiting for Yahweh Shai's return. And double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which have taught us everything we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai. And I just wanted to do a quick video, based on the video that the brother Manak Zakba from South Carolina did. And the title of the video which he did is called Women Are Not Exempt from Judgment. And I just want to say that for a long time now, and I'm talking about the women of our nation, y'all have had it easy in America for the longest. I'm talking about you women who wanted to put your man on child support so you could get those extra government benefits. A lot of you women, who you were sleeping around on your man, committing adultery against your man. You put your man through so much hell. You've made it to where the man can't even see his own seed, his own child. You women are responsible for a lot of households being destroyed. Children growing up, being bastards because they've been raised by their mothers their whole life. You women are part of the reason why the men of our nation are so effeminate and emotional. It takes a man to raise a boy into a man. Okay? I'm pretty sure that's in Siracha, the 26th chapter, but just to make sure. So it's no marvel when we see women who are getting kidnapped, women who are coming up missing. Really, that's judgment from the Lord, because a lot of you women, you're also proud. It tells you that in the book of Isaiah, the 3rd chapter. 2nd Esdras, chapter 5, verse 8. There shall be a confusion also in many places, and the fire shall be oft sent out again, and the wild beasts change their places, and menstruous women shall bring forth monsters. What are those monsters talking about? These badass little kids you see today, okay? These kids are worse than Bebe's kids. Okay, these kids who are unruly, undisciplined. These little kids who go around disrespecting their elders, adults, cussing them out. You got kids going around, breaking into other people's cars and driving off with them. That's what happens when the man is kicked out of the house. You got to have the man in the house to have order established. Even if the man is not in the truth, the man naturally is supposed to deal with logic. Logic and reasoning over emotions. Women don't deal with logic or reasoning. They deal on emotions. You say the wrong thing to a woman and you've lost your chance of getting a job. Why? Because she didn't like your attitude, or like, so, menstruous women shall bring forth monsters, you got a lot of these bad kids running around because of the woman. And I mean, don't get me wrong, we get on the Israelite man as well. But the Israelite woman, which will be the so-called Black, Latino, Native Indian woman, you're responsible for a lot of households being destroyed. Okay, y'all get alimony, y'all get child support, you know, and some of you women, you're not just getting child support from one man, you're getting child support from multiple men. Okay, you know what you do with that child support money? You go out here and you buy all these slutty clothes, and then you're going to the club and you're slutting it up. You dancing on your third or your fourth man. Okay, let's go from there to the book of Sirach 26. I mean, I've looked this up multiple times. Okay, Sirach chapter 26, verse 7. An evil wife. What is an example of an evil wife? A woman that puts her man on child support. A woman who's got to get up in her man's face. She's yelling and being disrespectful. She's making threats. She might even throw things at him, yell at him. You know, a woman who likes to go to abortion clinics after letting a man go raw inside her. You know, these are examples of an evil wife. An evil wife is a yoke shaken to and fro. Yeah, the scriptures say, I find more bitter than death the woman, whose mind is snares and nets. Because all a woman wants to do is play on your emotions. She wants to play on the emotions of her man. You know, she might have the phone number of multiple other men in her phone, receiving text messages from them, texting them. And then when her man, you know, when her man suspects that she's, sleeping around on him, and he calls her out on it, she wants to get an attitude, she wants to talk about divorcing them, and, that's why it's just better not to have a woman in this society, man. You know, it says, I mean, and I'm not talking about homosexuality. I'm just saying, I mean, if you gonna get you a woman, don't get her pregnant. Do not get her pregnant, because then there's gonna be trouble. You know, I mean, she already got the seed of multiple men traveling around inside her. So, she have multiple spirits on her, because, the scriptures say that when a man, ejaculates his seed inside the woman, she becomes more like her man. If her man is quiet, calm, you know, respectful, he's a decent guy, he's got a job, well, she's going to be like him. She's going to be quiet, calm, you know. But now, if she's having sex with more than one man, if more than one man is ejaculating inside her, then she's going to start bugging out, because there's going to be all kind of spirits, Because a man's semen contains spirits. So she's gonna have multiple spirits on her. Her mind is gonna be all over the place because a woman was meant to have one man. Okay, it says he have hold of her, or he that have hold of her is as though he held a scorpion. And we all know that if you pick up a scorpion, the first thing that's going to happen is you're going to get stung. And when you get stung, the sting might be a deathly sting. It might be a sting that swells up your arm. You might end up getting poisoned. Okay. It says a drunken woman and a gatter abroad causeth great anger. Yeah. Now, when it says a drunken woman, it's not talking about a woman who's like actually or physically drinking alcohol. This is talking about a woman that takes on the philosophies of these other nations. Rather, if it's the feminist movement, you got some women that are into that feminist philosophy. Feminism has destroyed the women of our nation, misled the women of our nation, blinded the women of our nation from their womanly duties of what they're really supposed to be doing. So an example of a drunken woman is a woman that's into feminism. One of the first things that you'll learn about feminism is that it teaches women that they can be equal to a man. They can do the things that a man can do when that is not true. You got women, you got women's liberation, you got women who read the Bible. Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with a woman reading the Bible, but when she's trying to teach the scriptures, then she's going off. Okay? A woman is not supposed to be teaching the Holy Scriptures. Because, what did Paul say in, I believe it's 1 Timothy 2:12? He said, I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man. Right? The man is the only one who has the authority to read and teach the Holy Scriptures. Because, like it tells you in the book of Revelation, I believe it's the 21st chapter, what did the Lord say? The tabernacle of the Lord is with men. So the Lord is dealing with the Israelite man when it comes to the scriptures being taught. Okay? He's not dealing with the woman because like it tells you in Job chapter 39, and I believe it's 17, because the Lord have deprived her of wisdom, neither have he imparted to her understanding. The Lord gave the wisdom to the Israelite man. Okay? Yahushua is the wisdom. Okay? Yahushua, he's not going to dwell into the body of a woman. His spirit is going to dwell in the body of the Israelite man, which will be the so-called Black, Latino, and Native Indian man. So it says a drunken woman and a gatherer abroad causeth anger. A woman who wants to follow after feminism, and a woman who believes that they can go to abortion clinics after having 12 men go raw inside her. A woman, who goes to college, and when she comes out of college, she got her heads in the cloud because she thinks she knows something when you know nothing. How many Israelite women done graduated from college and they still don't know they're an Israelite? You're still walking around with your head uncovered, you're wearing pants, you don't even know what you're supposed to do as a woman. You don't even know what your woman duties are. You come out of college not even knowing what the word woman means. The word woman means female servant. Okay? A woman's destiny is to be servant to her man. Now, a lot of you women, you're going to get offended at this, at what I'm saying. Well, I'm speaking the truth, okay? The scriptures say that the Lord have created women for men's pleasure. That's in the Holy Scriptures. So then it goes on to say, and she will not cover her own shame, right? What does it mean by a woman will not cover her own shame? She's walking around wearing booty pants. Her ass is all out and shaking all over the place when she's walking. You know, her breast is all out. She's got on this super tight shirt. Her head is not covered. Don't you know it's a shameful thing for a woman to dress like that? Okay, I'm talking about women in this society. It's a shame. It's a shameful thing for a woman to have her ass all out in the open, just jiggling when she's walking. That's nasty, you know. So she won't cover her own shame. Your curves are all showing. The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids. Yeah, you got some of these women who wear them stupid eyelids. It looks rather stupid on you. I'm not saying, I'm just saying, you're wearing these stupid looking eyelids, you know, and it just makes you look like a whore, you know. And then it says her haughty looks. She thinks that just because she's got a beautiful face, she's thick, she got a nice body, she got big breasts, and she got a nice size ass. She thinks she the shit. Well, a lot of you women, you don't realize how worthless you are. And the time is gonna come when hell's gonna break loose in America, and you same women who think you're all that, you're gonna be looking for a man of the Lord in that day, when there's lions and tigers roaming the streets, and when martial law is running around killing our people by the hundreds of thousands, and when there's monstrous apparitions all over the place, okay, and otherworldly creatures killing people, when the Lord allows holy hell to break loose, when there's civil war, and when there's race wars going on, and when there's a famine, a food shortage to where you can't eat, when there's a pestilence, where people is being plagued with just nearly hundreds of different viruses, okay, you're going to panic and you're going to look for a man of the Lord, and you're going to get rejected. You're going to get rejected because you were proud and haughty your whole life. You thought you were all that when you were nothing. So you're going to get rejected. Okay? You're not going to be spared. And in that day, the Lord is going to give his elect men the discernment to know, what you women have done in your past, man. What kind of elect man is going to want a woman that don't had 75 dudes up in her? A woman like that does not deserve to be spared. Okay? And the Lord is going to give his elect men the discernment to know. And a lot of you women, you think a lot of you women of our nation, you think you're beautiful because you got the long hair and the pretty face and a thick body and big breasts. You're going to be rejected by men of the Lord in that day. Okay? And you're going to be left out on the curb to be judged. Roadkill. Okay? I mean, it's going to get bad out here. It's going to be robots with guns in their hands going around killing people. Robots with guns latched on their backs going around shooting people. It's going to be newly created beasts out here. It's going to get really bad. People's going to be getting kidnapped, and there's going to be cannibalism going on because of a lack of food. And, you women, you're going to get caught up. You're going to get caught up out there. Okay? Okay, Sirach 26 verse 12. She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when she hath found a fountain and drink of every water near her. What is this talking about? This is talking about a woman who likes to go around on multiple men, blowing rod and drinking cum. Okay? You know, she opens her mouth as a thirsty traveler, blowing rod and drinking cum. You know, she'll drink of every water near her, meaning she'll drink of every cum near her. Let's go back. Okay? She'll go around blowing the rods of multiple men. She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler, and when she hath found a fountain, and drink of every water near her. By every hedge will she sit down and open her quiver against every arrow. Okay? And what is her quiver talking about? That's talking about her box, her vagina. She will literally spread her legs to every Tom, Dick, and Harry out there. You know? A woman like that is nasty and a disgrace to our nation. Okay? Now let's go from there to the book of Ezekiel. Let's see. Okay? Let's go to the book of Ezekiel. So a lot of you women, man, you're going to be heartbroken in these last days when hell break loose. And then you're going to realize how much you messed up. And it's going to be too late. Okay? This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 9, verse 4. And Yahweh Bashem Yahushua said unto him, Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. And who's sighing and crying for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof? The brothers that are in this truth. You know, the brothers in this truth. You know, they're sighing and crying for all the abominations being done in the midst of America. You know, and a matter of fact, like it tells you in the book of Revelation, I believe the 17th chapter, America is known as the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. So, you got brothers in this truth that are of the elect that are sighing and crying for all the abominations being done in the midst of this country and around the world. And to the others he said in mine hearing, Go ye after him through the city and smite. The word smite means to attack and kill. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women. Now, if you notice, females are mentioned twice in verse 6. What is a maid? A maid is a female servant. Okay? It says, and little children and women. A woman is a female servant. So women is mentioned twice in this verse. And, you know, what does that really say? There's more women of our nation than there is men. So that means that the 2/3 of the women of our nation here in America is going to be destroyed. 2/3. 2/3 of the women of our nation are going to be destroyed. But come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and began at my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house. This is the book of Isaiah 32:9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. right? Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Well, I got a precept to that because the scriptures speak about being at ease in this society. When the scriptures clearly say, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest." Amos chapter 6 verse 1. Woe unto them that are at ease in Zion. Who are at ease in this country, which we know Zion is really talking about Israel, but who are at ease in this society? The women of our nation. You know, they get these stimulus checks, and their stimulus checks come up to like 14,000, 20,000, depending on how many kids they have. So there's a lot of these women who are living good right now. But woe unto them that are at ease in Zion and trust in the mountain of Samaria, the trust in the government of Samaria. They trust in this wicked government, which are named the chief of the nations to whom the house of Israel came. Back in Isaiah 32 and 9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women. Right? Now, in this brother's video, he had like a picture of a whole slew of women that have been getting their judgments. Some of the women have been kidnapped and coming up missing and being put on sex trafficking sites, human sex trafficking sites. You got some women, who have been kidnapped and basically they have become sex slaves, getting gang banged by, multiple men all day, every day. They're just getting gang banged. Okay. And if you notice, a lot of these women who are getting kidnapped, they're on these fan only websites. They're on these fan only websites. Showing their body to thousands of men. You don't know who you're showing your body to. As long as they're a fan, you'll show your body half naked on camera. All you got on is panties and bras on camera, showing your butt and your breasts and all that stuff. And then you wonder why these women come up missing. You don't know who's watching you on the fans only website. There's all kind of freaks out there who would love to just kidnap you women and put you on human sex trafficking sites where you'll be a sex slave getting gang banged by multiple men, rather if they're old or rather if they're young, rather if they're obese, rather if they're fat. Okay? It says, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Yeah, it's only a matter of time before Donald Trump stops these welfare checks from coming in, and these child support checks and all these alimonies, and it's only a matter of time before the government stops sending you women these things. Therefore, tremble, ye women that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. Yeah, tremble, because the day of judgment is at hand. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna make that my last scripture. I'll just do this. This is the book of 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 17. For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai? Okay, what do you think the end is going to be? Well, you're going to get caught up in a nuclear destruction. Okay, but before all that, the Lord is going to have all kind of terror reigning over this country. Terror like you've never seen it before. And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? And the women, the 2/3 of the women of our nation are ungodly. Okay? You're a bunch of sinners. Now, when you read Romans 6, verse 23, it tells you that the wages of sin is death. With that, I'm going to say shalom and on to the next one.